I never had Instagram until a coworker mentioned seeing my profile. Turns out my sister was living as me online and making thousands. I, 34F, discovered something that has completely shattered my world, and I'm still trying to process it all. It started innocently enough when a coworker mentioned seeing my Instagram page and complimented me on my amazing life. The problem? I don't have Instagram. At least I thought I didn't. Curiosity got the better of me during lunch break. I created an account and searched my name. What I found left me breathless. There it was, an account with over 300,000 followers showcasing my life. Except it wasn't my life at all. The woman in the photos looked eerily similar to me, but with subtle enhancements. Same hairstyle, similar facial features, even mimicking my distinctive smile. The biography listed my actual workplace, my actual alma mater, and details about my life, right down to my childhood dog's name. As I scrolled through hundreds of posts dating back nearly 2 years, I realized with growing horror that this wasn't just some random person who happened to look like me. This was methodical. The account showed me at exclusive restaurants I couldn't afford, traveling to destinations I'd only dreamed of visiting, and partnering with luxury brands I loved but could never justify buying. And then I saw her reflection in a mirror selfie. My stomach dropped. It was my younger sister. Let me provide some context. My sister and I grew up close despite a 4-year age gap. We shared everything: clothes, secrets, dreams. People always said we could be twins if not for the age difference. As adults, we drifted apart when she moved across the country for college. We still talked occasionally, but our lives had diverged. She worked in digital marketing, always vague about the details, while I pursued a stable career in healthcare administration. I kept scrolling through the account, shaking so badly I nearly dropped my phone. The posts were elaborate fabrications of my life, only vastly improved. My modest apartment became a luxurious condo with carefully angled shots hiding the truth. My average weekends became glamorous excursions. She was even wearing a replica of my grandmother's heirloom necklace. A cheap knockoff, but recognizable to anyone who knew me. The comments section was flooded with adoration. "You're such an inspiration. Living the dream. How do you manage to have it all?" But it was the business inquiries that truly stunned me. She had a contact email listed, and based on the sponsored content, she was making serious money pretending to be an enhanced version of me. I tried calling my sister immediately. Straight to voicemail. I texted her. "We need to talk. Now." 3 hours later, she responded casually. "Hey, super busy right now, can we catch up next week?" That night, I couldn't sleep. I dug deeper and discovered she'd created more than just an Instagram presence. There was a YouTube channel with day-in-my-life videos carefully edited to never fully show her face, a TikTok account with beauty tutorials using products I'd mentioned liking, and even a blog detailing my journey, with fabricated struggles and triumphs. I confronted her via text, sending screenshots of the Instagram page. The typing indicator appeared and disappeared several times before she finally replied. "I can explain. It's not what you think." Update 1. After my initial discovery, my sister finally agreed to a video call. She appeared nothing like her Instagram persona. No perfectly styled hair or flawless makeup. She looked more like the sister I remembered. "It started as an experiment," she explained, unable to meet my eyes even through the screen. "I was struggling after college, couldn't find work in my field. I posted a few photos using your workplace and background because companies were more likely to partner with someone established." I remained silent, letting her continue. Then it just took off. Brands started reaching out. The money was better than anything I could make entry level. I meant to tell you, but then months passed, and it got bigger than I expected. "How much?" I asked flatly. She hesitated. "Last month? About $15,000. I nearly choked. That was more than double my monthly salary after working 6 years in my field. "You've been living a fake version of my life for 2 years and making a small fortune from it," I summarized, my voice shaking. "Do Mom and Dad know?" She shook her head. "They think I'm doing regular marketing work." I was overwhelmed with conflicting emotions, betrayal, violation, and bizarrely, a twisted pride that a fabricated version of my life was so appealing to hundreds of thousands of people. "I need time to process this," I told her before ending the call. That night, our parents called, concerned after my sister apparently told them we'd had a disagreement. They had no idea about the Instagram account. I couldn't bring myself to explain, not yet. The next day, I received an email from my sister with login credentials to all her accounts and a spreadsheet detailing the income she'd generated using my identity. The numbers were staggering. She'd made over $200,000 in the past year alone through sponsorships, affiliate marketing, and digital products. A text followed. "I know I messed up. The accounts are yours if you want them. You deserve the benefits of your own life." Update 2. After a week of contemplation, I consulted a lawyer friend about my options. The situation fell into murky legal territory. While my sister had used my biographical information, she hadn't explicitly claimed to be me by name on the accounts. She'd carefully avoided using my full name or tagging my actual workplace. You could pursue this, my lawyer friend explained, but it would be messy, public, and potentially damage both your reputations permanently. I decided to meet my sister in person. We arranged to meet halfway between our cities at a quiet coffee shop. When I arrived, I barely recognized her. Gone was the carefully curated appearance from her posts. She looked exhausted, with dark circles under her eyes and none of the confidence her online persona exuded. "I've been taking down the most blatant lies," she said immediately. "I told followers I'm rebranding while I figure out what to do." We talked for hours. She revealed how her post-college depression had spiraled into this elaborate deception. What started as a few white lies to secure brand deals had evolved into a completely fabricated existence. She'd become trapped in a cycle of increasingly extravagant content to maintain her growing audience. "The worst part is that I lost myself completely," she admitted. "I've been so busy being a fake version of you that I don't even know who I am anymore." For the first time since discovering the truth, I felt a glimmer of empathy. While I couldn't excuse her actions, I recognized the lost young woman beneath the deception. We reached a compromise. She would gradually transition the accounts away from my identity, creating a more authentic online presence based on her actual life. She would inform her sponsors of the change in direction, and she agreed to pay me a percentage of her past earnings. Money that had been made by essentially stealing my life story. Update 3. It's been 3 months since the confrontation with my sister. The transition hasn't been smooth, but we're working through it together. She's been surprisingly transparent with her audience, sharing that she had been inauthentic, and was now committed to showing her real life. She lost nearly 40% of her followers initially, and several brand deals fell through. But the remaining audience seems to appreciate her newfound honesty. Our relationship is slowly healing. We've had more honest conversations in the past weeks than in our entire adult lives. She's begun therapy to address the underlying issues that led her to create this elaborate facade. The most unexpected outcome has been my own relationship with social media. I started my own, truly authentic Instagram account. Nothing glamorous, just my actual life with all its ordinary moments. It's small, just friends and family, but it's genuine. Last weekend, my sister visited. As we were cooking dinner in my decidedly unglamorous kitchen, she asked if we could take a picture together. The first real photo of us both in years. "Are you going to post this?" I asked hesitantly. "Only if you're comfortable with it," she replied. "But I'd like to. My real sister in my real life." I agreed and watched as she added a simple caption. "Rebuilding what matters most." The reconciliation isn't perfect. I still have moments of anger when I think about the violation of trust. She still struggles with the addiction to validation that social media provided. But we're finding our way back to being sisters, not idealized versions of ourselves, but the imperfect, genuine people we actually are. Sometimes I think about the irony. My sister became famous by pretending to be me, only to discover that authentic connection is worth more than any number of followers. And I learned that the life I thought was too ordinary to be interesting was appealing enough that someone else could build a career pretending to live it. As for the money she made, we used some of it to take our parents on the vacation they'd always dreamed of. No filters, no staged photos, just real moments together as a family healing old wounds and creating new memories.